what is the best mutual fund to invest for 3 to 5 years timeline, and that is what we are going to discuss today. So just a day before, we had seen about best mutual fund to invest for 5 plus years. How can you invest for 5 plus years? Similarly, you can invest for 3 to 5 years. So hi, hello, this is Ganesh Santuru, your stock market profit coach and author of the book One Page Mutual Fund Plan. Please check out the description if you want to know more about mutual fund. You can find it in the book. Link is there. And please click the subscriber button so that you get continuous video updates about mutual funds, stock market, and all the other products related to finance. Okay, so today we are just going to see about which mutual fund you can invest for short duration or medium term duration, 3 to 5 years timeline. Because I know in anything and everything cannot be long term, maybe not 5 plus years, right? Retirement, all these things are long term. But in between 3 to 5 years, say you are investing, you are a newbie investor in your early 20s, you want to invest for your marriage, you want to invest for your buying a bike, buying a car, all these things require a short term, a medium term duration of 3 to 5 years, and it can extend maybe plus or minus. So that is the timeline I had chosen. So what is that you want to choose? Okay, so there are 5 categories I had chosen. This is purely based on my recommendations, my view, and please do your own analysis and invest, because this is how generally you can look at investing in these categories of funds, because there are so many categories and it gets confused like which fund you should choose to invest. So the first and foremost category you can look at investing between 3 to 5 years is balanced advantage fund. What is a balanced advantage fund? They invest 65% in equity, 35% in debt. So the point is it has a mix of equity and debt. So there is a possibility that your portfolio will be maintained around 10 to 12%. So it's not like high end, it's like between 10 to 12%. So what if the equity is not performing? If the equity is performing well, it can be more than 12%. If the equity is not performing, you'll be getting anywhere around 10%. So on an average, in the long run, say 5 plus years, around 3 to 5 years timeline, you should be getting a positive returns of close to 8 to 10 percentage. That is the reason, and right now market is very high, so you can always go for balanced advantage fund. And the second category which you can choose is equity savings fund. And what is the biggest advantage of equity savings fund? If you're investing in pure equity, there will be volatility. Market is dropping like what happened in last March, automatically your fund returns will go down. But here they are doing arbitrage, meaning they will do arbitrage so that the volatility is bit reduced and you will get a mix of good returns in the range of 7 to 10 percentage, in the around 8 to 9 if it is a 5 years timeline. So 3 to 5 years you will get anywhere around again in the same 8 to 10 percentage. Whatever I'm saying is for 3 to 5 years timeline. If you are a moderate investor, you can easily go for it, even if you are an aggressive investor, because this timeline, more than aggressive returns, you should focus on preserving capital. Along with that, you should get some returns. That is the reason I'm just suggesting these are the funds you can look at investing. The third category is short and medium depth funds, because it can be between 2 to 3 years or anything extra, right? So if it is around 2 plus years or 3 plus years, you can go for depth fund category. Even in this, you will get around 8 to 9%. If you are really a moderate investor who is not sure, in between 2 to 5 years timeline, anytime you can take money. If you want money, you can go for this category of funds. It's pure debt. It won't invest in stock market, so you can be rest assured you can also invest in mutual funds in this category. So again, all this fund also fetches you returns around 8 to 9%, not in double digits. It can if the RBI supports, but you will get around 8% looking at the current market scenario. Okay, so the next and fourth one is conservative hybrid funds, meaning 80% will be in debt, 20% will be in equity. So debt means short to medium term, all these debt funds will be taken care, and remaining 20% will be purely into equity. So the equity will increase the return. So again, around 9% plus you will get it. So this is the advantage of using these kind of different categories of mutual funds. See, you are getting around 8 to 9% in this also. So conservative hybrid funds, again, for conservative and moderate people, you can always go for this category of fund. And finally, this is my favorite one. And if you are somebody who wants to test mutual funds and who wants to diversify and you don't want to get confused, go with asset allocator fund, because they will take care of equity, debt, gold, as well as real estate investment trust. All will be covered mostly, and you will be getting conservative returns of 8 to 10% or 12% based on the, if gold is performing well, again it will go up. Access Triple Advantage Fund, which has done exceedingly well in the last couple of years, few years, because of goals performance as well as equity performance. They are doing, the fund manager is doing a fantastic job, I'll say. So any asset, even ICICI multi-asset allocator fund, it has done beautifully. Again, not on the very higher side, but on the capital preservation point of view, as well as getting our returns around 12% benchmark returns, right? That is what we are looking at. Because returns, if you are looking at returns, you need to go beyond 5 years, because market volatility needs to be considered, and how long you can stay. But what we are looking at is between 3 to 5 years. It's a medium term duration. And if market is good like this in the last 2 3 years, if you had invested right now, you may be sitting in a double digit, around 15 to 20% for sure. But this is something like nobody knew. Say you want to exit after 1 year, your returns may come down to maybe 12%, 10%, nobody knows. So instead of looking at market condition, look at what is your need in the next 3 to 5 years timeline. And this is a category you can look at. Even now, you can look at investing in these categories, so that you will get a standard returns of 8 to 10. So if you want to invest right now, consider all these 5 categories: balanced advantage fund, equity savings fund, short and medium term debt fund, and conservative hybrid fund. And fifth option is asset allocator fund. So please go for it and do your own analysis. And I'm putting a disclaimer, it's not a direct recommendations. Don't look at YouTube video and choose your investments, because this is purely for education. I know you will get confused with lots of things, but approach a RIA or approach a MFD, mutual fund distributors like me, where I will help you to understand more about which fund you need to choose, and then you can go and invest. Because don't take a chance and then lose your money and then complain the product. Instead, approach a proper person and get to know more, and then do your investment. Thank you so much for watching. Please share this video with your friends who wants to know more about mutual funds, who wants to invest in mutual funds. Thank you so much. Please check out the book in my link, and this is a new book which was launched this month. Thank you.